Cal, we haven't heard very often the opposing coach come in here, as Frank Haith just did, and praise your toughness and aggressiveness. He called that the difference in the game in the second half. Is that the way you saw it?
I loved how Archie started the second half and got us going. Willie Colley. Ariaki's really good, and he's really physical, and we did a good job. He didn't score on Willie. He scored if Willie had to help, and did it and got 16 and 15. Pressey's one of the best point guards you'll see, plus he was making shots today, made it even tougher. So we tried everything. Showing hard, walling up, switching, big guy on him, small guy on him, and he still had his way, so he's really a good player. But I was proud of, one, the way Alex played. That's the best Alex has played all year, and then I can go to him. You can say, we'll run something and we're going to throw it to you because they can't guard you. Ryan played well again. Well, he had 8 rebounds and 6 assists. We're going to win if he plays well. We will win games if he plays like that. Julius was terrific. You know, I think the shots that he made and the leadership. Look, there was a play where Ryan let a guy turn down a pick and roll when we're, you know, and I said, Ryan, and Julius looks at me, I got it. Well, it's better that way. Coming from a teammate. Come on, man, you can't do that. We left a corner. We did something else. They're starting to be empowered. And if they're empowered, they're going to be better. And that's what you're starting to see.
Cal, talk about the rebounding. You were getting out-rebounded bad in the first half, and you won the rebounding battle by a couple.
Well, we had to go with Alex and, you know, and Willie. And you know, I thought, you know, again, our guards went in and rebounded. When you talk about Ryan Harrow coming up with 8 rebounds, Alex had 7, and Julius Mays, 2 of our guards, had 14 rebounds. Well, we have to do that. You know, that's what we're going to have to do. And, you know, it was one of those gutted-out games. I mean, did you all go nuts that Julius didn't throw that ball ahead for the win in regulation? We're in the huddle, and they're like, why didn't you throw? I didn't see it. The guy was in between. I didn't lead it. I just play. What I told them after, what I've been trying to tell them all year, guys, if you miss a shot or turn it over or break down defensively, forget about it and just keep battling. They did a lot of that today. I mean, we broke down like Archie let the kid go and shoot a layup. Like, we're talking just, you know, we're going to shadow. But I just said, it's okay, just keep playing. I mean, we had some bad turnovers late in regulation, bad turnovers, but we just kept playing. 2 weeks ago, those turnovers would have led us to let go of the rope. And we didn't today. But again, our guard play, when our guard play is good, we'll be fine.
Cal, along those lines, you talk about you tried everything on Pressey, and if you make a mistake, keep going. You had said, I think yesterday, if he beats you, beat him. How impressed, what does it say about your guys, sort of where they're coming, fortitude-wise, to be able to do that? If he's blowing by him on the dribble,
the biggest thing is they had a collective will to win today. You know, again, I said we got to have 2, oh my gosh, plays by Archie. We're going to have 2 of those a game. Oh my gosh. Well, as long as it's only 2. If it's 4 or 5, we got problems. He had a couple of those today, but they all had a will to win. They all went after balls. They all tried to defend and do what they could do.
John, Frank said that he thought your guys, the crowd was really good for you guys.
It was. I should have started by saying that. This was as good a crowd and as impactful a crowd as I've ever coached in a building. This team needs that. Like the next game, they need to come back and do that again. And in that last game, they need to do exactly the same thing. We need that extra that pushes us through a missed shot, a turnover, where we get by it quicker. But that was a great crowd, as good as, you know, we've had.
John, what do you think kind of ignited Alex there in the second half when he made moves and did things we haven't seen him do?
I know. I don't know. You have to ask him when he comes out. What were you doing today? What happened? The last game, his monitor showed that he was in the max range for like 15 minutes, which is 13 minutes longer than any other time. 13 minutes longer than max zone. Last game. I bet you this game it's even higher. We're trying to figure out if he's switching monitors with anybody, but I don't think he is.
Cal, you've said all year you like this team. You think you'll get it together. Where you were last Saturday, where you are right now, how much more likable are they at this point in what they're doing?
You know what? Again, it's really funny because we're at Kentucky. So if we get beat and get beat bad, it's like a big deal. Other teams get beat and get beat bad, and they're a 4 seed. They're a 6 seed, a 5 seed. This is Kentucky. We just lost and were devastated by our best player, our heart and soul taken away from us, and have to go on the road and play an inspired team in a sold-out building, and got smashed. I told all of you, I've been through this before. I've done this a long time. It didn't have any effect on me. Let me just get my team right. I'm trying to keep these guys in the moment. We got better today. We showed some things that now we know we can do. They're having confidence, not because of how I'm coaching. I'm being nicer. You're really good. I coached them like I did. Demonstrated performance brings their confidence out. Willie's more confident because of how he's playing. Ryan's more confident because of how he's playing. It's not that I'm, oh, you're okay, kid. No, you got to go on the court and battle and fight and bring that out of yourself. And they're all doing it right now.
John, I remember you saying earlier in the season that your guys play better when they not fear the opponent, but sense that they have to play against an opponent. How much do you think that applied to this game?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just know that I've got a really young team, and was throwing football with them last night after the shoot-around. I'm doing whatever I can to get their minds off basketball, and we've already prepared. You're ready to go. Let's go play the game. And you know, this is, you know, the next game on our schedule is the biggest game on our schedule, the next one. Just, you know, and everybody wants to talk, and I'm not the NCAA tournament. I'm going to tell you what I said. It's a bell curve, folks. They're going to take 68 teams. They're not going to say, well, this year we're only taking 46, because there's teams that aren't. So that means some teams that have Fs are passing. It's a bell curve. All we got to do is take care of our business. If we do that, okay. And now it all depends on what other. If everybody else loses and we lose and they lose and they lose, everybody loses. Taking a couple of us, you're going to have an F and get in. It's a bell curve. You got a couple teams. I think Indiana's a little bit better than everybody. Tommy's doing a great job. But everybody else is like Miami, who I thought might have been the best team in the country, other than Indiana. What'd they get beat by? At Wake, by 15. This team's supposed to be good. They got beat by 30. The guy said this team may be in the Final Four. They got beat by 30 the other day. Stuff is up in the air. All I want to do is, how good can we be before this season ends? And let me say this. Our point guard was out early. Willie was out 2 weeks. Now we got our big guy gone. We're trying to get back to how we have to play. And I'm proud of these guys. Let me just tell you, you want to know who could really throw it? Of all the people? Me. I was throwing tight spirals, but I grew up in Western PA. Willie, I threw 7-foot-high balls for him to catch. He dropped a couple. I'm like, what? He said, I wasn't watching. We had some guys throw it. It wasn't real good. But it was just, you know, just to take their mind. We may play some other stuff just to keep these guys in the right frame of mind. But like I said, they're happy with each other. They're starting to be empowered where they're holding each other accountable. Way better when a teammate says, listen to me, exactly what I say. It's better coming from a teammate than me. It is. They take it better. Because if it comes from me, he's always so negative. Well, what about your teammate? But that's my teammate. He can say, I mean, what are you talking about? It's all what we're trying to do to grow up and get better.